On the night of the 1st of June, my uncle and I returned from Armenia to Georgia and arrived in Tbilisi near midnight. We were both very tired and just went to sleep. The next day in the morning, we went out to explore Rustaveli Avenue again. It was past Independence Day already, so the roads were open to traffic again. We had some ice cream there and basically just explored the area around, including this quiet street neighborhood. Then went to a few underpasses and took a few more pictures, including this shop that sold very cute Hinkali and Khachapuri mini plushies. Near noon, we went to my dad's apartment and had lunch, and a final packing up before leaving for our next destination. My entire family will be coming except my dad, who's staying in Georgia for work. We arrived at the Shota Rustaveli airport in Tbilisi and were leaving Georgia for Baku, Azerbaijan on this Azerbaijan Airlines plane. Soon the plane took off and we were enjoying the picturesque mountainous terrain of the Caucasus. As the plane was flying from west to east and I was booked into a left window seat, I was looking out to the north where the majestic snow-capped peaks of the greater Caucasus Mountains were, stretching into the distance and separating Europe from Asia. Soon we got further away from the mountains and the snow disappeared. And not long after, we arrived at the coast of the Caspian Sea. As we saw more and more of civilization, I knew we were nearing Baku. We landed smoothly, but there was a slight disappointment. We passed by a jet bridge, but didn't use it. Instead, we had to climb down from the staircase and take a bus to the immigration checkpoint. But anyways, we got through immigration with no problem. And I got my first ever Azerbaijan stamp on my passport. I was surprised how the immigration officer let me in so quickly, considering that my passport had an Armenian stamp on the other page that the officer definitely saw. But I think it's because I applied for the Azerbaijan visa in advance, and it was shown in the system that I did not visit any territory of Azerbaijan that, according to the Azerbaijani government, was illegally occupied by Armenia. So I got in without any problems, which was great. We left the airport and got onto a cab to our hotel. That was when we drove out into the roads and I had my first impression of the city of Baku. I arrived in Urumqi, Tbilisi and Yerevan at night, so I never got to see those cities clearly upon arriving. But because I landed in Baku in the afternoon, the city was clear to me. It was a fantastic, impressive, modern-looking city all the way from the airport to the outskirts of the old city Içerişehir, where our hotel was located. Out of all three Caucasian countries' capitals, Baku was the most modern and even futuristic, I would say, and that kind of directly reflects in the worth of the currency. Among the Georgian lari, the Armenian dram, and Azerbaijani manat, the Azerbaijani manat is the strongest. with this comparison table that I'll leave on the screen for you to see. However, I myself didn't convert that in time, and this happened. When the driver stopped by a place for us to convert currency and get a SIM card, my brain was still thinking in terms of Georgian lari, and the SIM card cost 40 Azerbaijani manat, which is like 32 Singapore dollars or 23.5 US dollars. My brain wasn't braining, and I just silly bought the SIM card. When I had read online tutorials and guides from Xiaohongshu to buy cheaper SIM cards that cost like only 20 something manat inside the city, that's like half the price. Oh well, no use crying over spilled milk, so I'll just let you guys see this most expensive SIM card I ever bought here. So we arrived outside Baku's old city, İçerişehir, nearing the evening. The old city has some pretty well-preserved historic stone walls and pretty wide open walking space. We went to exchange some currency, and I noticed something. It's very common to see the Azerbaijani flag flown together with the Turkish flag because of the very close political and cultural ties between the two countries. These two countries are like twins, and their languages are almost completely mutually intelligible. So many Azerbaijanis watch Turkish TV channels since young, and they just have a deep tie with each other. So it's super common to see the two flags flying side by side. They even sell both flags in public, which I bought together for 5 manat, which is about 4 Singapore dollars or 3 US dollars. Actually, the two most expensive flags I bought during my trips. But it's worth it, and I actually did bargain the price down by like 16.7%. Yeah, an accomplishment A for average Asian. Anyways, it was nighttime already, and we were going to rest for our next day. We also only have 2 short days in Azerbaijan to explore just Baku, so yeah, more coming in the next episode, so please stay tuned.